Hello class and welcome to week one. I'm your instructor this term and I just wanted to send out a video. I will do this most weeks. I will send a link to a YouTube video and the hope is that you'll watch it because they're to be helpful. I've taught this class a few dozen times and I know what is confusing about the instructions. I know what mistakes people typically make and I know what I'm looking for. So I would like to help you along the way and guide you. I think that this class is not only important from a managerial perspective in trying to learn about management and leadership, but it's also important to learn some basic skills that you will use the rest of your career and while you're in school. So I have sent out an email this week and it is very important. It has several things that you will need. Many times students will tell me, oh, it didn't say so in the instructions, but there are certain things that are just understood at a university that you will cite your sources. This is understood because it's the law, because if you plagiarize, you can be in big trouble. So you need to have sources because this is a course that is measuring what you know about management and leadership, and we're trying to teach you and then we're trying to see if you absorb the information. So you have a book. It's quite good. It's very short chapters. Read the book, absorb the information, and then use that information. So if I ask you about leadership or management, you might bring up Mintzberg's 10 managerial roles. You might bring up the POLC framework. These are concepts in your course. And when you do so, you need to cite. And in my email, I have sent you a citation guide. You can also use other sources. The Harvard Business Review is a good source. Forbes is a good source. There are many sources on the internet. Obviously, Wikipedia is not a good source. So you need to find sources that are acceptable in an academic setting. If you have a question, email me about it. The best way to contact me is through email, not through the discussion board. I will check it, but you'll get a better and more immediate response through email. So that's the first thing. The second is APA format. So we ask that you use APA format in the business school for two reasons. One, because if there are allegations of plagiarism, we can see who wrote a paper because APA has your name on it. It's also just a way that everything sort of looks the same, so I can look at 25 or 30 people's work and see what they look like, how they compare. Additionally, I've sent this as an attachment, this APA format template. So please use it. It's quite simple. If you have questions, again, email me. If you need help, I'm here to help you. The student support team is here to help you. The Writing Center is here to help you. The Shapiro Library is here to help you. But you must access this help. I don't know if you don't ask me a question. And emailing me on Sunday at 11 p.m. is probably not going to get you a response. I'm sorry to tell you. So ask questions early and often, and usually through email is the best way. We can set up office hours. I can meet you anytime you want within reason, and I'm happy to do that, set up a phone call. I don't call students. I will give you my number and you call. If you have a problem, please, again, reach out and we can solve that problem as well. A few other things. I think just in terms of the discussions, there are several discussion boards. I think there's only 2 weeks that don't have discussion boards, but every other week there should be a discussion and you need to respond in a meaningful way to two of your peers. I am not your peer. So if you respond to me, which you should, if I reach out to you, it's to help you. It's because you didn't fully answer the question. And if you answer my additional question, you'll probably do okay. If you don't, then you're probably going to have an incomplete answer. So if you reply to me and one other person, that doesn't count. You have to reply to me if I reach out to you, and you have to reply to two people. The first week, I reach out to everyone, so don't feel like, unless I'm asking you a specific question, don't feel like you have to reply. But if I ask a specific question or say, please explain yourself, or hey, what about this? Then it's in your best interest to reply to me. Make sure you use the tools in the discussion board. There is spell check. You can check your spelling. I suggest that people write their post in Word and edit it in Word and then post it. because this gives you a chance to think about it, look at it. You should be spending a fair amount of time on your discussion, both the initial post and the replies to peers. Also, this is where concepts come in. This is not a creative writing course, right? If I'm asking you about a time that leadership impacted you at work, don't just tell me a story about a time someone stole a pudding cup from the break room that was yours. Tell me what's the management or leadership concept. Go back to course concepts and cite and reference in the discussion. Again, if you have questions about how to do that, please let me know. But these questions have been designed specifically to go along with a chapter. So if we're talking about, what is a time when leadership impacted you at work, we want to hear about leadership. We want to hear about what those things were. Talk about some of the concepts. This is how I'm measuring you to grade you, to know, do you know the information? It's not a creative writing course where you're just telling an interesting story. So please remember to always incorporate concepts from the chapter. You will see each week, you will have some, as you go through the chapter, there'll be some questions, like little quiz. You can do these as many times as you want, so no one should have less than 100 on these quizzes. So you can go back and continue to do it. They're not due each week. They need to be done by the end of the term. So the other thing are the journals. This is a very poor name for these because they're not really journals just to write down your ideas. They are papers and they should be treated as such. So you need to use academic language. You need to have a formality to it. Use good writing skills, use APA format, answer the question. I wouldn't get so focused on if it says one page, stick to one page. This is really the minimum. So if it says 1 or 2 pages, that's the least it should be. It should not be where you stop mid-sentence because you've reached the page limit. I would much rather read a 3 or 4 page paper that is good than a 1 or 2 page paper that doesn't answer the question. Obviously, being concise is important because I will have at least 50 of you in between these 2 sections, and I don't want to read 50 10-page papers every week. But that being said, don't focus so much on the page length. Focus on answering the question. And the way you're going to do that is by reading the rubric. Every single assignment has a rubric that goes with it. This is how I grade. I cannot give half credit, half points. I have to go by the rubric and choose you either did this or you didn't do it. And there's levels. So if you do everything proficiently, that means you have an 86. So if you expect to get an A in this course, then you need to go above and beyond proficient. So people will say, well, I answered the question. Well, answering the question gets you a proficient score. If you answer the question in a particularly creative way, then you can get exemplary. If you write well, then you get proficient. If you write in a way that is creative or innovative or particularly interesting, then you can get exemplary. So it's really quite subjective, this exemplary score. I would say that no one fails this course who puts in effort. So reach out to me, put effort into it, try hard. And I can tell if you're trying or not. I can tell if you're putting effort in. So please reach out to me. I want you to be successful. I want to be part of that success. However, I also want you to gain some skills that you're going to use in the future. So your spelling is important, your writing is important, and what you have to say is important. You could have the best message, but if it's written in a sloppy way, no one's really going to take it seriously. And this is part of what I want you to learn in this course. So good luck. Let's get started. I would suggest every single week, maybe on a Monday, you look through what the assignments are, schedule your time, look at the rubrics, read them, do the assignment, go back to the rubric, reread the rubric, make sure that you used every single heading that you could, and make sure that it's clear that you covered those topics. So I'm not looking for information. It's right there for me. And I would suggest this in all your classes. Okay, well, it's been great. Please look for videos in the future, and I am happy to be working with you this term. Thanks. Bye.